Kyle, Rickey from MotorRacingNetwork.com here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not a NASCAR Sprint Cup race or truck race or a nationwide race, but a legend car race here tonight, joined by Kyle Busch. Kyle, what brings you out here on this Tuesday evening in Charlotte?
Well, it's the last night, and I hadn't been in the summer shootout for a while. I actually wanted to come out here, and my friends with Brakes and Doug Herbert, we decided to make it Brakes night, Brakes Champions night, presented by Stock Car Steel, with myself coming out here to Grand Marshal the event and have some fun, see who we can crown as champions tonight.
You've done a lot with the Brakes program for most of this summer. What brought you to Doug and to the Brakes program, and a very important message delivered by you tonight to all the kids here competing?
Well, it's probably no secret I had a speeding ticket a little while back, but it's actually been a lot better relationship than what I would have envisioned, and just something that I had to do. It's actually been a lot of fun working with Doug, and it's something that I've taken to and been an inspiration of mine that it's something I want to do. So being able to work with Doug and have the relationship we've had for the last couple, actually last year or so, has been really good. So we've raised a lot of awareness. We've been to different schools. We've talked to a lot of different young adults that are just now either 15 or 16 getting their driver's license, and trying to talk them into just going and taking the course and actually feeling what an operation of a motor vehicle is all about. So people can check that out at putonthebrakes.org and see Brakes, what it's all about.
You mentioned it is Brakes night here tonight. A lot of legend cars, a lot of bandoleros in the garages behind us, where you guys usually work out of on Sprint Cup weekends. Bring back any memories walking through the pits here and seeing these kids in the driver's meeting earlier?
Yeah, it does. Actually, I was out here about 3 years ago. I owned a car. I drove a couple years, and then I had a buddy of mine from Vegas who drove it in the last couple of years. So, it's neat to come back here and see some familiar, but also some very many new faces and people that are interested in Legends cars, bandolero racing, and trying to keep the feeder system going for what NASCAR or IRL or any form of racing might bring them.
Probably a relaxing night for you. And has this been the toughest year for you professionally? You got a nationwide team starting up. You got a truck team that's seen a lot of changes here in recent weeks. By the way, you're trying to make the chase. Has this been the toughest season so far for you in your professional NASCAR career?
It has been. This is actually, I think this has probably been my worst year ever as far as success goes. It just hasn't come as easy as it has in years past for whatever reason. We've just had a lot of bad luck, whether it's been engine failures or brake rotors exploding or flat tires, whatever the case may be. We've just been seem to find every single one of them. And you look sometimes at the finishes of races, and you look and see, wow, well, what happened to that guy? Oh, he had a flat. Or, oh, what happened to that guy? Oh, he blew a tire. And you're like, man, it seems like I'm hitting every single obstacle throughout this whole year, because I've never really had those things happen to me a lot. So it's tough. It's frustrating. Hopefully we can bear another win here in the next couple of weeks, get ourselves in the chase, and forget about these past 12 weeks and go into the last 10 with a real focus on going for the championship.
Last question for you. You ready to get to Bristol this weekend? Newly configured. I knew you have the old place figured out. Yeah. They redid it on you now.
They remodeled it a little bit. It's probably the same old Bristol, but I never really liked that top groove anyway. I felt like it was too good for a lot of guys. And so I'm a bottom feeder, so I think it'll be all right for me, but maybe it'll hurt some other guys that got going too good and too fast around that track.
Kyle, thanks for joining us, and best of luck to you this weekend and throughout the rest of the Sprint Cup season.
All right, thank you.